Hello friends, today we will discuss the curve tracing of Cartesian curves. Cartesian curves means the curves of the form y equal to fx or x is equal to fy. For example, you have x cube plus y cube is equal to 3axy, or you can write y square is equal to 4ax. So this is a famous curve, parabola. So we can write many examples of Cartesian curves. So to discuss the tracing of the curves, so we will go through some main points or important points on the basis of which we can trace a Cartesian curve. The first point is the symmetry. So we can check these symmetries if they exist in the curve about x-axis, about y-axis, about the line y equal to x, about the line y equal to minus x, and in opposite quadrants, symmetry in opposite quadrants. The second point, we must check the origin. Origin means first we have to check whether the curve passes through the origin or not. If it passes through the origin, then we must check the nature of the origin. Means origin is either a double point or not. If it is double point, so we must check, we must try, or for some testing, whether the origin is a double point. If double point, so what is the nature of this double point? It is a node or cusp, or it is a conjugate point. Okay, and we must find the tangents at the origin. So on the basis of the nature of the tangents at the origin, we can decide whether it is a double point or not. Then we must check the points of the intersection, and at the point of intersection of this curve with the coordinate axis, means x-axis and y-axis, if the curve is symmetric about the line y equal to x or y equal to minus x, we must check the point of intersection of the curve with these lines also, y equal to x or y equal to minus x. And next point is the asymptote. Asymptote means we have to find if there are some asymptotes in the curve. So we will discuss the methods for finding the asymptotes, and the last point will be the region. Region means the curve passes through which portion of the plane, two-dimensional plane, or in which portion the curve does not exist. So to discuss the region, we will discuss the 2 points or 2 testing, wavy curve method, and then the nature, increasing nature or decreasing nature of the curve. Okay, so first we will discuss the symmetry. So what is the symmetry? If we discuss the symmetry, symmetry means if a curve is symmetric about a line, it means, suppose the curve is symmetric about this line, so either side of the shape of on either side of this curve of the curve will be same. Okay, like this one. If I remove my hairs, then my body is symmetric. If no external organ has any defective part or default, this board is symmetric about this perpendicular line or this horizontal line. Okay, so you can see this marker is also symmetric about this axis. So suppose we want to test whether a curve is symmetric about x-axis. Suppose a curve is symmetric about x-axis. This is my x-axis, and suppose curve is symmetric about this axis. Means the shape of the curve on the above of this axis will be same as the shape below the axis. It means, suppose a point here is x comma y on this curve, so just below this one means this will be a mirror, so mirror image of xy will be x minus y. So both point will lie on the curve. So what idea you can develop to check whether the curve is about x-axis? It means x comma y and x comma minus y both will lie on the curve. So this can happen if the effect of minus y does not change the curve. It means all the powers of y must be even. So you have to check whether all the powers of y in the curve are even, then it is symmetric about x-axis. Let us look in this curve. This power of y is 1 odd, this power of y is odd. All the powers of y are odd, so it is not symmetric about x-axis. In this curve, look this one, all the powers of y is appears only at one place, so it means all the powers of y are even, it is symmetric about x-axis. Similarly, you can check the symmetry about y-axis. Suppose the curve is symmetric about y-axis, the shape of the curve is like this. So this point is minus x comma y, so the point opposite to this one will be x comma y. So both points will lie on the curve if x, y and minus xy both will satisfy. So this can be happen only when the effect of minus x does not change the curve. So it means all the powers of x in the curve are even. For example, you have this curve x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 2x square y square. Okay. So all the powers of x are even. So it is symmetric about y-axis, but it is also symmetric about x-axis. It means it is symmetric about both the axes. So we have discussed the symmetry about the coordinate axis. So this curve is symmetric about both the axes. Next we will discuss symmetry about the line y equal to x. I think all of you are familiar about the line y equal to x. This is the line y equal to x. So if a curve is like this, so this point is say x comma y. Obviously, if it is a mirror, so its image will be y comma x. Its mirror image will be y comma x. It means if you interchange x and y and equation of the curve does not change, then it is symmetric about the line y equal to x. So in these three examples, this one and this one, okay. If you interchange x and y, the equation of the curve does not change. So these two are the examples of the curves which are the symmetric about the line y equal to x. So you can take an idea from here. If you put y equal to x or you put x is equal to y, so curve does not change, it means it is symmetric about the line y equal to x. And similarly you can check the symmetry about this line y is equal to minus x. So if it any curve is symmetric about this one, so if this point is say minus x comma y, so this will be equal to, put y equal to minus x and x is equal to minus y. So x is equal to minus y means plus y and y is equal to minus x. The point will be this one if it is a mirror. So if the curve does not change by interchanging y by minus x and x by minus y, so the curve is symmetric about this line. Symmetry in opposite quadrant. So what does meaning the symmetry of symmetry in opposite quadrants? Students, if you have seen the statue of Nataraj, means if left hand is in this side, then the right leg in this side. It means a point x comma y is there. So in opposite quadrant, the point will be minus x comma minus y. means both the points minus x minus y and x comma y will satisfy the curve. So suppose y cube is equal to ax square, and you put here y is equal to minus x, then it will be minus x cube, and you put here x is equal to minus y, so the curve will change. It means it is not symmetric in opposite quadrants. So curve will be symmetric in opposite quadrant if x is replaced by minus x and y is replaced by minus y, and curve does not change. For example, you have y cube is equal to ax. So you put x is equal to minus x here and y is equal to minus y. So minus will cancel by this minus. So this curve does not change. It means it is symmetric in opposite quadrant. So we have discussed the symmetry. So next point, we have to test whether the curve passes through the origin. So if a curve passes through the origin, the constant term must be absent from the curve, because 0 0 satisfies a curve. It means both sides are 0, so no constant terms will be there. So all the three examples which we have discussed earlier passes through the origin. If a curve passes through the origin, then we must check the tangents at the origin. Tangents at the origin. So to check the nature of the tangents at the origin, we must put the lowest degree terms to 0, or equating to the lowest degree terms to 0. So in this curve, this is of third degree term, this is of third degree term, but this is of second degree term. So if you put the second degree terms, means 3axy0, it means either x0 or y0. Means there are two tangents at the origin in this curve. X0 means y-axis and y equal to 0 means x-axis. Both the tangents are real and distinct. The nature of the tangents are real and distinct. In this curve, if you take the lowest degree term, so it is only x is equal to 0 in this parabola. Means y-axis is the only tangent. It has only one tangent. In this curve, if you put the lowest degree terms, so only 4 degree terms are there. So no tangents at the origin here. Next, for example, suppose you have this curve, x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 is equal to a into x square plus y square is equal. So lowest degree terms are here, x square plus y square. If you put x square plus y square equal to 0, so we get y is equal to plus minus x sine. So both the tangents are imaginary. For example, we have here a into x square, and if we put the lowest degree term 0, so x square is 0, it means x0 x0. So both the tangents are real but coincidence, they are same. So on the basis of the nature of the tangents, we can categorize the origin as cusp or node or conjugate point. keep in mind, if origin a curve passes through the origin, then we have to toss it in this direction. If curve does not pass through the origin, then skip the point, this point origin. We can toss it for the further point. So for the cusp, both the tangent, origin is a cusp. Cusp means, suppose this is origin, and both the branch of the curve, both the branch of the curve passes through this point. Why it is a double point? Because the double branches of the curve passes through this point, and the tangent at this point for both the branches is same. So tangent is real, and both tangents are real and coincident. Okay. Note, suppose the nature of the origin is like this, means the tangent along this branch is this one, tangent along this branch is this one. So both the tangents are distinct and real. So the point, this double point, means origin is a node. Conjugate point means point is here and tangents are somewhere there, means tangents are imaginary. Okay. So friends, the next point is the point of intersection. So we have to check the point of intersection of the curve with coordinate axis. So suppose you want to check the point of intersection of the curve and x-axis, so put y equal to 0 in the curve and solve the equation of the curve for x. And similarly we can check the point of intersection of the curve with y-axis. If the curve has any line of symmetry, so we must check the point of intersection of the curve with the line of symmetry. We should also check the dy by dx, means the slope of the tangent at the point of intersection. Why we check the slope of the tangent? Because suppose the point of intersection with coordinate axis is this one, say a0, and dy by dx at this point comes 1. It means the slope of the tangent is 45 degree. So the curve will move in this direction. At this point, curve will move in this direction. Okay. So to check the slope, or to test the slope, we must find dy by dx necessarily at this point of intersection. Sometimes dy by dx becomes infinity to infinity or 0 to 0. 0 upon 0 means it takes the indeterminate form. So it indicates that that point may be a double point, means that may be a node, origin, node or cusp or conjugate point. So we must shift that point of intersection, origin must shift at that point by using this concept, x is equal to capital X plus h, means shifting the origin at the point hk. Hk is that point of intersection. So shift at this point and then check, because it becomes this new point hk becomes the origin, and then check the nature of the origin. Nature of the origin can be tested with the help of the nature of the tangents. So we can check the point of intersection of this curve with its line of symmetry y is equal to x. So put y equal to x in this curve and solving this. So we will get x is equal to 0 and 3a by 2, and similarly we can find y is equal to 0 and 3a by 2. So the one point of intersection of this curve with this line of symmetry is origin, and we have already tested the nature of the origin. So no need to test dy by dx at this point. We have to test dy by dx only at this point, 3a by 2, 3a by 2. So at this point, 3a by 2, 3a by 2, dy by dx for the given curve is equal to -1. It means it is tan 135 degree. So the tangent makes an angle 135 degree with positive direction of the x-axis. So the next point to check is the asymptotes. So what are the asymptotes? Asymptotes of a branch of a curve are the lines which touch this branch far from the origin. For example, we take this curve x into y is equal to 1. So y is equal to 1 upon f x. If x tends to 0, y goes to infinity. And similarly, if you can find the value of x from here, so x is equal to 1 upon y, y tends to 0, then x goes to infinity. So both the axes, x-axis and y-axis, are the asymptotes for this curve. So it is a rectangular hyperbola, sorry. So these are the asymptotes, x-axis and y-axis. So asymptotes are the basically straight lines. So we can find the asymptotes parallel to the coordinate axis, and oblique asymptotes means the asymptotes like this, y is equal to mx plus c, because if the lines are not parallel to the coordinate axis, they will have a slope and they will have an intercept on the y-axis. So first we will discuss the asymptotes parallel to the coordinate axis. What is the way to check to find the asymptotes parallel to the coordinate axis? So bring all the terms in the left hand side for any curve. For example, this is a curve x cube plus y cube is equal to 3axy. So bring in the left hand side, so you can write minus 3axy is equal to 0. So if you want to check the asymptote parallel to x-axis, then equating to 0 the coefficient of highest powers of x. So in this curve, the coefficient of highest power of x is 1. It is a constant. It means the curve does not have any asymptote parallel to x-axis. And similarly here, in this curve, the coefficient of highest power of y, it is 1. So this curve does not have any asymptote parallel to y-axis. How many maximum asymptotes in a curve may be? If the curve has maximum degree n, so it cannot have more than n asymptotes. So 3 asymptotes will be there for this curve. Till now we don't have any asymptotes parallel to x-axis. Next we will check the asymptote which are not parallel to a coordinate axis, means these are the oblique asymptotes. So for this particular example, suppose we discuss this method by using this example, y equal to mx plus c. Suppose this is the oblique asymptote for this curve. So we have to find m and c. So if you want to find the value of m, put y equal to m and x is equal to 1 only in the highest degree term. So this is the highest degree term, x cube plus y cube. So put y equal to m, means it will be m cube. Put x is equal to 1 there, m cube. So it is said to be the phi 3m. Means it is a function in m which is obtained by putting y is equal to m and x is equal to 1 in the highest degree term, and it is of degree 3. So we have put here 3. Put it 0 and solve this polynomial equation. So we will get m is equal to minus 1 because its factor are m plus 1, m square minus m plus 1 is equal to 0. So the one value of m is real, other values of m are imaginary. It means other two asymptotes are imaginary and one is real. So we must assure that we will find the 3 asymptotes. How many are real and how many are imaginary. So only one is real and other two are imaginary. what is the value of C corresponding to this m is equal to -1. So if you have different values of m, real values which are different, so to find the value of C we can use this formula phi 2m, or you can write phi n minus 1m upon phi n dash m if n is the highest degree term. Okay, but in this example n is 3, so you will put here 3, you will put here 2. So phi 3 dash m means the derivative of phi 3m with respect to m, so its derivative is 3m square. Phi 2m, put y is equal to m and x is equal to 1 in second degree term. So second degree terms are this one, minus 3axy. So put there y is equal to m and x is equal to 1. So m will cancel by this m, so we will have minus a by m. So for m is equal to -1, c is equal to a. So asymptote is y is equal to mx plus a. So for this curve we have only one oblique asymptotes, no parallel asymptote to the coordinate axis. So suppose, consider the next example, y square multiplied by 2a minus x is equal to a cube. We have to find its asymptotes. First we will try to find the asymptotes parallel to y-axis and x-axis. So to get the asymptote parallel to y-axis, put the coefficients of the highest power of y, that is coefficient of y square 2a minus x is equal to 0. So then x is equal to 2a is the asymptote parallel to y-axis. Sorry, parallel to parallel to y-axis. And similarly, if the coefficient of highest power of x, it is y square, so put y square 0. So we will have the two asymptotes. So this curve has maximum 3 asymptotes because its degree is 3. So two asymptotes are y equal to 0 and 0, and another asymptotes is x is equal to 2a. Next we can consider, suppose the two values of m are same. We are solving this equation. Phi nm is equal to 0 to find the different values of m. And when we are solving this, the values of m are not, say, different. These values are equal. So if two values of m are equal, it means the two asymptotes are parallel. Say one is this, another is this. So for these asymptotes, m will be same because they have the same slope. But c, y is equal to mx plus c in this one. So y is equal to mx plus c2. So there will be two asymptotes. One is mx plus c1, another will be mx plus c2. So there will be two values of c. So we must have, or we must solve a quadratic equation in c. So that equation started with this term, c square by factorial 2 phi n double prime m, and then next term can be obtained by reducing each prime and index 1 and factorial also 1. So if you will reduce this by 1, so c to the power 1 upon factorial 1, reduce this n by 1 and minus 1, reduce 1 prime phi and minus 1 dash m. And similarly then c to the power 0 means it is 1 factorial 0 1 phi n minus 2, and remove this prime. As all the primes will remove, you will get the last term and solve this equation. If you will solve this equation, this is a quadratic equation in C, so you will get the two different values of C. Similarly, you can start with this term if you have three values of m which are same or equal. So then we have to solve a cubic equation in C. So the term, the first term will be start from c to the power 3 upon factorial 3 phi and triple prime m, and then reduce one by one. As the prime will be removed, the last term you will get. Okay. So next and last point of that curve tracing is the region. Means we have to decide where the curve lies or where the curve does not lie. Okay. So we can solve the equation of the curve either for y or we can solve either for x. So suppose we have any particular example and the value of y which we obtain, y is the square root of this one. So if this value in the square root we decide that where it is negative, so at those places where it is negative, the y will be imaginary. So what is our objective? Our objective is to search that portion where this value is negative. So we will not try to trace the curve in that portion. Okay. Now what is the idea to check where this expression is negative or where this is positive? So there is a method known as wavy curve method. Whether it is a fraction or it is a polynomial, but each factor of this must be a linear factor. See here, this factor is x minus a, power of x is 1, so it is a linear factor. This factor is also linear, x to the power 1, it is also linear. First condition means each factor must be linear. Each factor must be linear. Second, the coefficient of x in each factor must be positive. But here, this is positive, but it is negative. So make it positive by taking minus common. So it will be 2x minus a and x minus a. So negative sign is there. It means if we are able to find this value positive, so where it is positive, the whole expression will be negative. So now we are interested to check where this value is positive. This one, because minus sign is there. So wavy curve method says that equate each linear factor to 0. So if you will put x is equal to 0, you will get a point x is equal to 0. This is a point. Put this expression 0, so you will get x is equal to a by 2, x is equal to a by 2, and then put this point is equal to 0, x is equal to a. So the whole real line is divided into these portions. One portion in the right of a, another portion between a by 2 and a, another portion between 0 and a by 2, and this one. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So there are 4 portions. So you will start from the rightmost. This positive. Positive means the sign of this expression in which these two conditions are satisfied will be positive. So you will start from rightmost side. So this will be positive, here will be negative, then positive, negative. So the sign of this expression will behave in this manner. So we are interested where this expression is positive, because using this minus, the whole will be negative. So the positive value of the expression is if x is greater than a and if x lies between a by 2 and 0. It means this curve will not lie in the region where x is greater than a and x lies between 0 and a by 2. So we will not waste our time to trace the curve between these portions. Okay. So this was the way, this was the one example on the basis of which we have explained you the wavy curve method. Wavy curve method. It is a very powerful method to test the sign of the rational expression or any expression which can be splitted into the linear factors, for which the coefficients of the variables must be uh, positive. Okay. Next testing for the region, we can check dy by dx, because we have studied earlier in the lower classes, because dy by dx is the slope of the tangent. If dy by dx is positive, it means the nature of the curve is increasing. If dy by dx is negative, the nature of the curve is decreasing in that portion. So up to this, we have finished all the points, and let us test all these points to trace a curve. For example, y cube plus x cube is equal to 3axy. So the first point is symmetry. First point is symmetry. So we have discussed so far in this example, this has only one symmetry, symmetry about the line y is equal to x. So we will write only that, about that symmetry which satisfies in the curve. So we will not write about those points which are not satisfied, otherwise we will waste our time. So this is symmetric about the line y equal to x. Second point is origin. We have already tested this curve. It passes through the origin because the non-constant term is there in this curve. So it passes through the origin. So equating to 0, the lowest degree terms. The lowest degree terms are x, y. So if you will put x, y equal to 0, so x 0, y 0. So there are two tangents at the origin, this x-axis and this y-axis. So curve, this origin is a node, means the node may be between this one, may be between this one, because it is also x-axis and y-axis, may be here. So there are four possibilities. Next point is asymptote. Okay, let us check asymptote. So we have already discussed its asymptotes. So it has only one asymptote, y is equal to minus x plus a, or x plus y is equal to a. Means it has this asymptote. If you will trace this line, this can be written as x upon a plus y upon a. So this is the, I think its asymptote is this one. Okay. Y is equal to minus x, so x plus y is equal to a by 2. So the asymptote for this curve was y is equal to minus x minus a. So x upon minus a plus y upon minus a is equal to 1. It means it will have the intercept minus a and minus a on both the axes. Okay. So this is the asymptote for this curve, and it is symmetric about this line, y is equal to x. Next point is the point of intersection. Point of intersection. So we have already tested the dy by dx of the point of intersection of this curve with this line of symmetry. That point was 3a by 2, 3a by 2. So dy by dx at this point, 3a by 2, 3a by 2, it was minus 1. It means, suppose a is this distance, so 3a by 2, or this one. So suppose this curve intersect this line at this point, 3a by 2, 3a by 2. So the slope is 135 degree. So you can take an idea of the shape of this curve. Okay. Next is last point. So I think no need to check the reason for this one. These points are sufficient. So we can draw this curve because this is the tangent and it is symmetric about this line. So we can draw the curve either below this line or above this line. So suppose we trace below this line. This is the tangent, so it will touch this point. This is also tangent, origin is a node. So start from here and join this one. This line is an asymptote, so it means this branch of this is asymptote, so branch will touch this straight line along this one, and it is also intersect the origin. So similarly you can draw in this side because the curve is symmetric about this line y is equal to x. So this is the graph by adjoining all these points, and this curve is known as it is a standard curve known as folium of Descartes. So I should stop here. Thank you very much. We will discuss some more examples in my next lecture. Thank you.